Hi, everybody. It's Tony Contespati from GreatVocalMajority.com YouTube channel, website, and podcast. You know, on Facebook, political arguments rarely, if ever, are conducted with both sides committed to an honest discussion held in candor, goodwill, and intelligence. And experience has shown me that the political left is pretty heavy on emotions, but pretty light on the facts. And I'll give you an example of this that I experienced today. In a thread about Black Lives Matter, I pointed out that young black males between approximately the ages of 15 and 35 account for most of the violent crime in America, despite the fact that black males between 15 and 35 represent only about 3 to 4% of the population. In other words, this subgrouping of blacks are disproportionately responsible for a wide majority of violent crime. Not only that, they're even responsible for a majority of violent crime within the black community. This incontrovertible fact was met with a flurry of accusations of racism. Nonetheless, it isn't racism. It's the truth. According to the FBI Uniform Crime Report for 2017, there were 15,129 murders in the United States. Of that number, almost 7,900 or 51.9% of the victims were black. Within that number, 63% or almost 5,000 were male victims between the ages of 13 and 34. But these are just the victims, not the offenders. How do we know that the offenders are overwhelmingly black as well? Well, again, according to the FBI, we know that the race of both offender and victim, we know their identities and their races in 6,902 cases, or about 46% of all murders. Of the 3,263 offenders who were black, almost 3,000 of them were also black. 3,000 of their victims, or about 91%. Therefore, the only assumption that we need to make is that the incidence of black-on-black murder among the population of victims for which offenders is not known is pretty much the same as it is for those whose race we do know. And the rest is really simple math. Of the 7,851 blacks murdered in 2017, approximately 7,145 of them were murdered by other blacks. This same pattern of intra-racial crime applies to all racial or ethnic groups. There's nothing really unusual or unique about the black crime committed in this way compared to other racial groups. It's white-on-white crime primarily, Latino-on-Latino crime, etc. But how do we know that it's young black males committing these crimes? Well, we do it the same way. Of the 2,970 known cases of black-on-black homicide, 87% were committed by black males. We also know from the FBI that 71% of black offenders are between 13 and 34 years old. What can we conclude from all of this? Well, it's really rather simple, that young black males between 13 and 34 commit a disproportionate share of murder. Their victims are almost always black, and this is consistent with other racial groups. What this analysis does not address are the underlying causes of this rampant antisocial behavior. No one should infer from this analysis that blacks, and especially black males, are naturally predisposed to acting criminally. Although the material here is often misrepresented to create controversy with the hope of silencing people out of coming forward with the truth, and the truth is, our young black men are in crisis, and there is no political will to address the problem in any way that is constructive or has any hope of solving it. For all of their assertions of racism, those who seek to hide these facts from the public are themselves racist, and they do have blood on their hands. Every day, black-on-black murder creates so much misery, So much human potential is lost forever. So much grief and angst, and why? Because the political left in America knows its policies have played no small role in the underlying causes of this problem. They have absolutely no sense of urgency to address this issue. It is up to the rest of this country, people of every race, to speak out with the truth and make solving the problem a national priority. If the black murder rate were proportional to their population, there would be a reduction in the black murder rate by nearly 83%. That's something people need to think about. For the great vocal majority, I'm Tony Codispoti. Thanks for listening. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Take care, and I'll speak to you guys soon.